All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. For today's video, I want to analyze what I think is going to be the top four for this year's Premier League. That's the teams that will finish top four. Now, of course, in a way, it's also a way for me to say who's going to win the league. Um, Now, as an Arsenal fan, obviously we won the league last season. Whether you like it or not, whether you're a fan or not a fan, Arsenal is still the team to beat. I mean, they have to defend the title. I'm an Arsenal fan. I want Arsenal to win the league, but it's not going to be that easy at all. I don't think it's going to be that. And that's mostly because of the reasons why we won the league last season. Okay. And why those same reasons, those same conditions, or those same results that caused us to win the last season are not guaranteed this season. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we will not win the league. I still think we are the team to beat. I still think we are the most likely to win the league, but it's not going to be, there's nothing automatic about this. Like, I feel it's going to be very close. If we, and it's also possible that we also may not win it. Now, I made a video last season about the reasons why I made about 6 reasons why Arsenal will win the league. And one of them was number of losses. We only lost 5 games last season. And my analysis was based around not losing more than 6 games. So I looked back all the way back to 1994. I saw that for you to win the league, you can't lose more than 6 games. The only team that lost more than 6 games and still won the league was Leicester City. And of course, that was a weird season because everybody else was just rubbish. So yes, I still stand by that. I think I still say now, don't lose more than 6 games. Okay. But then there were teams that typically, if you follow Arsenal for years, teams that we normally lose to, that we don't lose to anymore. One of them is Chelsea. Okay. The other one is Tottenham. In fact, we are guaranteed 6 points in the past 3 seasons from Tottenham. I can tell you for free, it's not going to happen this season. Arsenal will not get 6 points off of Tottenham this season. What they are building is a team that would disrupt a lot of top teams. So from Manchester United to Liverpool, not just Arsenal, they will take points, at least 1 point, at most, obviously, 3 points. I don't think we'll lose to Tottenham at home, but it won't surprise me if we go to their stadium and get beaten. They're building a solid midfield, and an okay defense. I think that's definitely it's night and day from last season. The other team is Chelsea. We found a way to always collect at least 4 points from Chelsea every single season. I don't think it's going to happen this season if we don't fix our attack. Okay, that's one. The second part is I talked about our relatively stable squad. We didn't change much in our team. I think that's still the case this season. We haven't really changed our core team. We still have Declan Rice, Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, our left backs. And I think that we made an upgrade, in my opinion, an upgrade of Martinelli and Solis. I'm hoping we sell Martinelli, by the way, and get a better player. I'm hoping we go for Yildiz, but that's a different conversation. So that's still the case. That has still remained. If you look around other teams, Manchester United have made a lot of changes, very good changes, by the way. Chelsea changes as well. Even City have lost, I think, 2 of their most important players. Why they even came close to win the league, competing with Arsenal, was Rodri and Bernardo Silva. These guys, especially Silva put in a 10 over 10 last season, was available almost throughout the season, and he played everywhere in that midfield. We didn't see much of Foden. Rodri came back strong, obviously, after his injury. But the guy, for me, the workhorse for City last season was Bernardo Silva. Now they've lost him. And they're going to lose Rodri as well to Barcelona. So there's a huge energy gap for me for City. I know they have good players. Anderson's a fantastic player. Boad is coming. But again, he has time to adapt to Premier League. So just translating that, going from French league in midfield to Premier League doesn't always guarantee you anything. We've seen it over the years. Players have come and just completely fumbled. So I think there's still that element of changes across all our rivals that would affect them. They need time to adapt, get to understand each other. I think the team with the easiest adaptation cycle, I think, is Manchester United. Tillemans is already Premier League proven. Santos is an okay player. So United didn't really change much. Their core. Tillemans is very clever player. Will fit right in. In fact, I can see in preseason already. And then you have Bruno Fernandes, and then you have Kobe Mano. So United have it well. Their front three haven't changed as well. So I'm actually going to put United top of my list, but let's continue. The next thing I mentioned was our defensive solidity. Okay, Arsenal have been the best defensive team in the last 3 or 4 seasons, and now we are going to take a hit, whether we like it or not. Saliba not being available to start the season, a long-term injury, we're going to struggle, which is why we need to sign a defender. Personally, I like Konsa. I would have loved Josh Stones, but we let him go to Inter Milan. That would have been the guy for me. But Konsa is okay. We just need an extra body in that defense. I hear we're looking at Kunde. Kunde is not bad as well. He's a decent player. Can offer you right back, and offer you defense. So there are other reasons, but this was my main core reason. So this is why Arsenal won the league last season. Okay. Now my question then is: have the conditions changed for us to be able to replicate what we did last season? Yes, those things have changed. Defensively, we're losing 1. So we don't have our 4/4 in defense. Saliba I think is the best, if not second, maybe second only to Van Dijk. Is the second best right center back in the world, in my opinion. Okay, I know people can argue that that's fine, but that's my opinion. I think I still stand by it. He's young. He's incredibly calm on the ball. Barely commits fouls, very intelligent with his positioning. I think the only better player to him is Van Dijk. He's not going to start the season for Arsenal. So that gap, can Mosquera fill it confidently? I don't think so. Mosquera is, still developing, is still young, so we still have about a couple of years for him to really get into full confidence. So he's going to do his best, obviously. But I think we're going to feel the impact of not having Saliba, which is why it makes sense. Arsenal is looking to sign a defender. Now, losses. Okay, now I think the only way we can win this league this season, excuse me, is to get wins where we don't normally get wins. Okay, let's look at Liverpool, for example. Arsenal's record against Liverpool is so poor. We're only able to beat them last 2 seasons at home. They always just beat us. The season when they won the league, they beat us. I think they beat us away. Obviously, we've never won at Anfield in a while. We need to start winning in places that we don't typically win. That's how we can not lose up to 60. Because I tell you what, guys, we didn't lose to Newcastle. We didn't lose to Chelsea last season. We didn't lose to Tottenham last season. We didn't lose to pretty much everybody else. United beat us. Aston Villa beat us away. Liverpool beat us away. We lost at home to Bournemouth. We lost to, obviously, I've called United. Which other team beat Arsenal last season? So Newcastle. Newcastle we didn't lose. So Aston Villa, Liverpool, Manchester United, Bournemouth. I think there was one more loss. Can't think of the team now. But yeah, all these teams, what we need to do, the only way we can still not lose up to 6 games in a season is to not lose any of this game. Now, think about United away. Very difficult, very, very, very difficult place to go and win. Manchester United and I think they've gotten better. I said it to someone. I said United have the best front 3 from last season, and they're still going to be. In fact, they've gotten better. They've added Rashford to that front 3. I still think they have the best front 3 in the league. Liverpool, it didn't work out. Chelsea, they signed Rodgers. They have good players, but I still think United are the most fluid. Arsenal, of all the top 4 teams, we have the worst front 3 in the league. Saka has plateaued, in my opinion. There's nothing more to get from Saka. This is Saka, that's it. What we get is that's it. Martinelli, same thing. Gyökeres still figuring it out. I know he scored 20 goals last season, but still is not really the eye test with Gyökeres. It's just not clean. And then you have Havertz, who might think weirdly should start for Arsenal. He's just different from everything we have up front. So I still think we need to invest in our left wing with a world class, not close to world class, not slightly above average. I mean a world class winger. We needed to sign. There are players. Bakola, I think Bakola is a decent player. For me personally, my first option is Yildiz. Arsenal should bring out that 100 million they won't sign for Vinicius and go and sign Yildiz. Yildiz is a world class winger. Don't get me wrong, I like Solis, but I think Solis is just slightly above average for me. He's not world class. He probably will get to it, but he's not world class. So if for us to be able to not lose 6 games coming this coming season, we need that upgrade because, like I said, the places where we normally got our points from, like the Chelsea's and the Tottenhams of this world, we're not going to get it. Probably going to get 3 points. So if we didn't beat Tottenham home and away last season and Chelsea getting 4 points, we wouldn't have won the league. City was in the end it was 6 points or 4 points. So we can't bank on going to Tottenham and getting 6 points to home and away and Chelsea. So those are going to be difficult games. They might beat us. It might end up draws. So that's 2 points. So where are those points going to come from? We have to get points from the teams that we normally don't win at. So I think it's time to go to Anfield and beat Liverpool. And I think it's doable. Last season, I was so frustrated with Arteta's tactics against Liverpool. We just went there and decided to defend. When Eze came in second half, the game changed and we could have won the game. We could have equalized the game. So I think that's the strategy for this season is go away to Aston Villa and win. Obviously, beat them at home. I think we can still beat Aston Villa at home. Go away to Liverpool and win. I think we can beat Liverpool. I think we have a better midfield. So let's look at, in part of this video, I'm going to talk about the teams as well. So let's look at the formation. So having said everything I said, Arsenal is still going to line up as Timber, okay, Saliba Unicombona is going to be Mosquera, Gabriel, and either Hincapié or Calafiori. That back four and Raya, who obviously is the best goalkeeper in the league, that back four for back five for me, if you like, is still a championship winning back four for me. Like they're good enough. They're world class. Okay. Who do our opponents have? Liverpool. Okay. Liverpool have Van Dijk, Jake, maybe Kekes, and Frimpong. Okay. Not exactly a strong defensive unit. Manchester United would have Lisandro Martinez, Maguire, Dalot, and maybe Luke Shaw. Good defense, but I think Arsenal's is better. Now let's go to and City as well. City have, they're going to have Nunes, they're going to have Diaz, and maybe you're going to have, what's this guy from? Gehi, and then the young English kid. I think City is par with Arsenal. Let's go to the midfield. Arsenal, having signed Bruno Guimaraes completely changes the game for me because I think Bruno is the most significant signing for Arsenal this season. Yes, don't get me wrong, I want us to sign a left winger, but the biggest problem Arsenal had last season for me was when Declan Rice stopped firing, and obviously Zubimendi stopped firing as well. Being able to have that player that can cause Arteta to confidently bench Declan Rice and still maintain the quality level of our midfield is so key to where we can compete this season. Bruno is that player. There was this stat I saw in Arsenal, and I'm going to post it in the video, where he almost outran everybody, had the best tackle, the most tackles in the league, most forward passes in the league, I think only behind Bruno Fernandes. And it's just incredible. We don't have any player like that in our team. He can play 6, he can play 8, he can even play 10. So I think that is such a clever move. So I think midfield wise, I'm going to put Arsenal first. I'm just going to only hesitance I have is maybe Odegaard's form. But if you're talking about a 6 and an 8, I think we have the best in Declan Rice and Bruno Guimaraes. Now, you can argue that maybe Bruno Fernandes is a better 10. Obviously, I think he is. Cheki as well, the better 10 right now. And maybe, who else again? Chelsea. Kopama on his day, or Rogers maybe playing 10. So, but Odegaard is a hard worker and a player that will give you, I think, every single game maybe above 6/10. I'll take that because if I add on the creativity of Bruno Guimaraes, it complements Odegaard very well. So I still think we have the best midfield. The one area I think we are behind pretty much everybody else is our front three. The front three of Havertz or Gyökeres, Bukayo Saka, and Solis for me is still behind City's front three, is behind Manchester United's front three, and is behind Liverpool's front three if they really go ahead and sign Bakola. So Liverpool will have Bakola, Isaac, and whomever they play on that, maybe Ngomoha, who can play there as well. And then you have Chelsea's. Chelsea's going to have Rogers, João Pedro, and Estevao, or even Palmer on the left. So it's just going to be crazy. I think that's the one area for me that I don't have full confidence. But having said all of this, okay, this is my analysis. Having said all of this, I still think that Arsenal would just barely win the league. And now think about it again. Chelsea only have to play one game a week. So they're going to be fresh all the time. So going away to Chelsea after coming back from a Champions League game, it's not going to be fun, is it? So I think we're going to win the league, but I think it's just going to be barely winning the league. We're going to scrape through if we don't sign a world-class left winger. But if we do, I think we can win the league with like 3 to 4 points. But it's going to be very close, very close. So having said this, my top 4 to win the league, well, but top 4 to finish this coming season is going to be Arsenal, barely, just barely. I think City will finish second. I put Manchester United as third, and I put Liverpool as number 4. That's my ranking for next season. Now, I could be wrong, that's fine, but that's not based on what I see today and just historically looking at the coaches, their formation, and how they performed the last few, and the progression of these teams. I think that's my pick. So let me know what you think. Disagree with me, that's fine. Let's talk about it. But that's what I think as of today. I think Arsenal will win the league just barely. It's not going to go. We won't run away with anything. Trust me. The path to win the league is gotten a lot more difficult because of the kind of investment other teams have done and the conditions which they will play this coming season. E.g., Chelsea they've invested beautifully. They have a great coach. They only have one game per week. Tottenham, the same thing. Great coach. Invested really well. Would only have one, and they're extra motivated to beat Arsenal. They like it or not. They are super motivated to beat Arsenal. So those are not grounds where we'll go and guarantee our 6 points. Nope, it's not going to happen. We're probably going to get 3 points. So that is 6 points, or if you argue, 4 points lost from last season where we got 4 points. Well, we got 6 plus 4. We got a total of 10 points from Tottenham and Liverpool and Chelsea. We're not going to get that this season. I think we can beat Aston Villa home and away. I think we can beat Liverpool if we really, really put in the game because of our midfield. But anyways, I can go on and on. Let me know what you think, okay? See you on the next one. Cheers, guys.